Okay, right now member A has access to this much code, right? Let me show you. Let me make some diagrams here. Make it easy to understand, I guess. Member A has access to this much code, right? And let me change the color to something else. Red is fine. So member A has access to this much code, right? But member A does not have access to this code which member B wrote. So member A and B both are working on the game, and member A will only have access to this much code, his own code which this member wrote, and this member will not have access to the code which member B wrote, right? And member B will have access to this much code. Let me show you this, and this, and member B will also have access to the master code from the beginning, right? So let me change the color for this one, green. And there you go. Okay, so you can see that member A has access to this much code, and member B has access to this code, its own code, and the master code. So but we want both members to have access to the whole thing, right? So how do we do that? There is a command which is called git pull. So let me copy this and put it here. We want both members to have access to the full line. How do we do that? Well, let me go to my project folder, and I will again open my git bash. So as you can see, oh, I'm at some commit. Let me go to my branch, member A branch. So as you can see, I'm at member A branch right now, and and let me see the status. It is clean. Now I will go to my master branch, and I will see the status. It is also clean. Now you should type one command git. If you are happy with your code which you wrote in member A branch, you can type this command git merge member A branch. So it's already merged. Cool, right? And so both the members should do this. Member A should also do this. That is, after working on their branch, they should merge their branch with master branch in their own local repository, and member B should also merge their own member B branch in the master branch in their local repository. And after both of them have done that, and of course before doing that, they have pushed their branches on GitHub, right? Before merging their own branches in their own master branch, they have pushed their branches to GitHub, right? And then then when they merge their own branches to master branch, after doing this, if both of them want the whole code, that is the code which both the members wrote, this member wants access to this code, the white one, right? And member A wants access to the blue colored code. To do that, they should simply do this. You should write this command git pull origin master. and now it will simply pull the changes to your master branch. It says to me that it's already up to date because I made both the branches in my own computer and I merged both the branches in my own master branch and then merged them on GitHub also, and then I pulled that GitHub master branch to my local master branch. So it was the same thing. But when you will do it, you will see that some files have been brought to you, and these are those files which member B worked on or member A worked on if you are member B. So after doing the git pull command, both members will have access to the whole code, right? So yeah, this will look like this. I guess I can make little diagram here, and so this is the master branch and both will have access to the whole thing. Member A will have access to the whole thing, right? And member B will also have access to the whole thing. Oh, wait. Right. So now both of them, member A branch and member B branch, both members have access to the full code after running the command git pull origin master. So that's how you can use GitHub to collaborate on a GDevelop 5 project. And I wonder if there is a refresh system in GDevelop, because GDevelop will not reflect the changes made by Git immediately. You will have to close GDevelop and then open it again after running, you know, Git commands which can change your project. For example, the Git pull command. So all this can be a little too much to learn in the beginning, but you will get used to it, and it's a very powerful system. First of all, because you can have several versions of your project. You can close project from here and open it again, so that's a good thing. Just open it. Oh shit, whatever, you can open it from here. Yeah, game.json. So yeah, it's here. So anyway, that's how you can do it. Let me now, write down some steps which members in a team can take. Background, tab, and lock it. And now some text fields, common commands. I mean, all commands are common, but again, so I'm typing some common commands which you should type before starting the work. In your game, when you are in your game folder, just type git in it. Of course, after you have installed git, so it will initialize a git repository in your game folder. After this, you should add git add dot. After this, you should type git commit and simply type a message initial commit, right. And now you can just make a GitHub for your game, GitHub repository for your game, right. And after you have done that, you should type the command git uh, remote add origin, and then the URL, repository URL. which you will get on Git. You will get this URL on Git only, right? And so you have done that, it's good. These are common commands, but only one member should do this, right? Maybe the admin can do these steps. And after the admin has done these steps, let me now make sections for members. Let me increase the size of this document. Wait. So now let me make another section for member member A and member B. Member B. You can have a member C also if you want. So center alignment and yeah, or maybe this one is better. Yeah. Member A. Now what will member A do? After the admin has done these steps, member A should simply type in their, if I'm assuming that member A does not have a game folder already with them, right? Member A does not have any game files. They need the game files, so they will simply type git clone and they will type the repository URL, right? So that's their first step. Why is it bold? Okay. Now the second step will be, after cloning, to create a branch git checkout minus b and their branch name. Their branch can be their own name, but here I will just choose member A branch. Right, they created a branch and they checked it out, so now they are working in that branch, and then they can just work on the game. And how to work on the game? Well, when they have cloned the game repository, they will get all these files and they can open these files using gdevelop. So I will show you how to do that. I will close project, and when you are on this screen, just click on open a project, and in your game folder, in your new folder which you created by using the git clone command, just use game.json and open it, and you will be able to open the game and work on it, and then work on it. Just work on the game. That will be their third step. And after working on the game, they should simply do this: git add dot git commit minus m, and then here they should write what they did. I no, don't write I, just start with the verb in the present tense. Change the color of a button, whatever, right? And after this they should simply type git push origin and the name of the branch, member A branch. And after this they should do git checkout uh, master, and then git merge member A branch, and then as a ninth step, let me make it bring it above here. Yeah, as a ninth step they should simply check out their, again check out their own branch, git checkout member A branch. So these are the steps for member A. And then as a 10th step, repeat from step 3, right? And just keep repeating the cycle, keep working on, just work on the game, keep working on the game and keep doing these things, and git will handle all the things. and the same goes for member B also. So I can simply control C, control V, and bring it all the way here, and that will be member B. And the branch for member B will be member B branch, of course, or any name. You can choose any branch name, there is no problem with that. So that's how you can do it, but again I have to increase the size of this. I guess will be okay. Yeah. mm, okay, fine. Now again the admin, I think instead of common I will simply type admin, and I will need the admin to do some more things. I think I will need to increase the size more. Oh god, that should do. That should do. Hmm. You can have these pictures. I will upload them so that you can have them like a cheat sheet, right? So what should the admin do now? First thing, not first thing. It's the sixth thing. Sixth thing, right? Sixth thing the admin should do. And after these guys have done step 6, after these guys have done step 6, like I will wait. The admin should go to GitHub and should look at the branch pushed by the member, pushed by the member, and then merge the branch if it is, if it is proper. By proper I mean if you like it, if the admin likes the changes made by members, any member A or B. I'm running out of space. Yeah. Okay. Let me make some corrections here. As step 9, you should do git pull origin master, and yeah, and then as a step 10 you should do git checkout member A branch, and then repeat it as a step 11. Here also the same thing. Step 9 should be git pull origin master, and step 10 should be this one, and step 11 should be, yeah. And admin should go to GitHub, look at the branch pushed by the member, merge the branch if it is proper, and that's it. That's really it. What I mean. That's it for the admin. And I think I can make it even better here. After the member has pushed the branch here, then admin can simply go and look at it. So maybe I can copy all this and paste it here somewhere. Wow, it's a mess. Now it looks a lot better. It looks a lot better. So as you can see, our steps have become little more better, right? Member A, these are member A step, and then after member A has pushed the branch, admin can do something. Go to GitHub, look at the branch, and merge the branch if it is proper. And after merging, the member A can simply check out master branch, merge his own local changes on the master branch, and pull new changes if any from GitHub, and check out again his master branch, and then start working. And member B can simply do the same. These steps are for both members. I should not write anything. I will simply write member, or member A is okay. You can replace A with anything. So these are the steps, right? And you can simply replicate it for any number of members. Now these steps assume that members are working on different files, right? I mean, two members should not work on the same file because that will be a mess and it will be difficult to manage. Suppose we have many scenes. Different members should be working on different scenes. And if you have many art assets, different members should be creating different art assets and working on different art assets, right? So that is a better way to do it. Member B, member B branch, member B branch, member B branch, right? And you can expand up to any number of members actually. So these steps are one time steps, right? You have to do it just once, but these steps are continuous steps because you can see that here we have a loop. Repeat from step 3, go to step 3, work on the game, and repeat this cycle forever. Here also just repeat this cycle forever. So that's a step-by-step chart which you can use to work on your GDevelop 5 project using GitHub, right? And it will be better if you, yeah. So that's all the explanation I can give you. There are other things like reverting changes, rolling back changes, but those are those are little bit advanced topics. You may need them, and uh, just let me know if you need them, or you can find many tutorials on the internet for rolling back changes in GitHub in Git, so you can consult them. So yeah, that's all for collaborating on Git using, I mean, collaborating on a GDevelop 5 game using Git. I hope you liked this video. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comment section. Thank you for watching.